Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to continue to be your daily advocate. If you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you who have been watching and following me for so long. It truly means a lot, and I'm glad that I can be this person.
Right here at a James K. filing, and I believe this is going to have massive implications for the Ripple SEC's case going forward, and we're going to get into that later in the video, so make sure you stick around for this whole thing. Out of James K. filing, breaking. In a one-word order, District Judge Torres has denied the SEC's motion to file a sir reply in support of its motion to strike. This is huge, and if we see what John Dean had to say about this, he said the SEC asked to file a sir reply to cite a fellow district court judge's ruling from a different circuit striking an entirely different defense while not striking the substantially similar defense that's in question. The SEC should apologize to her for even having to type denied. And what John Deaton's saying right here, if you guys don't know entirely what's going on, essentially the SEC is in another case against a cryptocurrency company called Library. In that case, Library pleaded two defenses. They pleaded their fair notice defense just like Ripple did, and the SEC did not attempt to strike Library's fair notice defense like they are currently trying to do to Ripple. Library also applied for another defense. It's something called a selective enforcement defense, and this is a defense that Library actually lost and the SEC struck. So these are two completely different issues, but the SEC tried to take this selective notice defense that they won in the Library case and bring it to the Ripple case and say, hey judge, look, this entirely different defense got stricken in the Library case, so you should strike Ripple's fair notice defense. Every single lawyer I saw comment on this thought it was nothing short of absurd. They could not believe the SEC was trying to use another court's decision on a completely different issue to try to show the court in the Ripple case that this motion should be denied. Almost every single lawyer I saw was saying that this was nothing short of an obvious delay tactic and was borderline unethical lawyering. This is huge that the SEC was denied this motion because it shows that the court is fed up with the SEC's antics. This is a huge win for Ripple, but mostly XRP holders, because I think this shows that the court is sick of the SEC trying to extend this case. I tweeted out, Judge Torres is not playing. And the reason I said this is a lot of the extensions thus far have actually been granted by Judge Netburn. Suddenly we see Judge Torres starting to take over a lot of these rulings, and it seems like she has a lot less patience for the SEC. This is the first motion, major motion she's really ruled on, and it was a fat denial for the SEC. If we take a look right here, and I thought this was so funny, she literally just answered it in one word, denied. And if you guys don't know why this is so huge, it's really because, and I talk about this a lot in my videos, the SEC is out of weapons. They don't have any evidence, the facts aren't on their side, and their own securities laws that were made at their agency go against the fact that XRP is a security. They are literally fighting an impossible case right now because they have no evidence, they have no facts, and they're literally being forced to lie on every single argument. This idea that they have to lie to try to win every single different battle in the case is causing them to constantly contradict themselves, and they're stepping on their own feet. The lack of new and substantial evidence in this case has forced the SEC into a mode in which the only way that they could attack Ripple, rather than through merit, rather than through evidence or good lawyering, is to delay the case. Let's face it, Ripple is a private company that has limited funding. The SEC is a massive government organization that essentially has unlimited money. The only advantage they have over Ripple right now is time. the longer they can draw out this case and make Ripple think this thing is never going to end, the better chance they have of bringing Ripple to the table with less favorable settlement terms. But right here, we suddenly see a massive shot at the SEC in preventing them from using their best weapon, which is time. The Judge Torres' ruling here shows that she is not going to allow the SEC to needlessly keep extending this case. This has been the SEC's plan. Like I said, they don't have evidence, they don't have the facts, they don't have the law, but they have time. This latest ruling goes against the SEC's biggest weapon. They are getting their time taken away from them. They are no longer going to be able to needlessly extend this case for evidence that every single lawyer I saw speak on the topic said didn't even apply in the slightest. Most of the lawyers I saw literally were baffled that the SEC would even bring this to the case. Many said it was literally unethical lawyering. Let's keep moving though. Hopefully I drilled into your guys' head how significant this is, because I really do think it's huge, and I think this drastically turns the tides in Ripple's favor. It also shows that we have amazing judges who are not going to rule with the SEC simply because it's the SEC, and that is just another massive win, not only for Ripple, but for us XRP holders. Guys, you are not going to believe this next thing though. Right here out of library, we see the SEC just said in a verbal argument in our case that they have not asserted that Bitcoin or Ethereum are not securities. They are saying that Hinman's speech is his personal opinion. I could not believe it when I saw this. The SEC started the Ripple case saying Bitcoin and Ethereum have never been ruled on by the SEC, and it was all Hinman's personal opinion. And we all said, well, that's BS because it's all over your website, and you literally said, we, the SEC, do not believe Bitcoin and Ethereum are securities, but whatever. Well, it's your opinion, whatever. Give us a Hinman emails. And then the SEC said, oh, well, we don't want to give over the emails, so how about actually it was just the opinion of one of the enforcement agencies at the SEC, but it was critical in building a framework for SEC policy, so therefore it's not William Hinman's personal opinion and you can't have his emails. Well, now in another case, the SEC is right back to arguing it is Bill Hinman's personal opinion. This is nothing short of absurd. How can they be allowed to do this? They are literally arguing essentially the same exact issue in two different cases and blatantly changing their statement on the same event. They completely contradict each other. It can't be Hinman's personal opinion as well as essential guidance to the agency. This is crazy, and it shows that the SEC does not care about making its arguments make sense when they're all stacked together. They fight each issue completely transactionally. They handle one issue at a time, say whatever they can to get a win. They haven't gotten many, but to try to get a win, and they could care less if it makes any sense in the greater scheme of everything. We see right here, this is out of a lawyer I follow. He says, okay, this is an actual reason for Ripple to file a notice with Judge Torres on the ever-shifting ethereal, I don't know what that word is, nature of the SEC's opinion. Get the transcript. So this is huge, because what this guy Fred here is saying, and he's an attorney, he's saying Ripple can actually use this and say, look, Judge Torres, the SEC is clearly just saying whatever they can to get them through each argument. Your opinion cannot change this much on a single event. It's already changed 3 times in the Ripple case, and now they're going back in other cases and switching back again. This is insane. I cannot believe the SEC is doing this. You would think they would at least keep their arguments consistent across their own cases. It shows that they were completely unprepared for what is going on right now. This is either horrible lawyering or it was a plan to give Ripple a free pass. Unfortunately, it just looks like bad lawyering, and that's why we are so lucky that we have judges who are able to understand cryptocurrency, understand what's going on in the SEC right now, and give XRP holders the benefit of the doubt. If we had a judge who didn't care about cryptocurrency, I guarantee you the SEC would be getting away with a lot more than they're gonna when this thing is over. Jeremy Hogan tweets out as a joke to this, "Let me read the future. In a couple months, the SEC will say that this was not really his personal opinion, but opinion of the Division of Corporate Finance," obviously making a joke that this is what the SEC did in the Ripple case, and this would be their fourth flip-flop. I hope for LBRY's sake, the SEC is held responsible. This is insane. This has nothing to do with protecting investors. This is straight up corruption, a rogue agency who thinks it can do whatever it wants. And the SEC's plan in this case all along was simply to bully the court and hope the court listened to them because they're the big bad SEC. It really is disgusting. John Deaton, this is huge too, says prediction, the case against Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson is over. It was over the day it was filed. There is no way the SEC can meet its burden. The SEC must prove the two executives had actual knowledge XRP was a security or was reckless in not knowing. And if you guys have been watching this channel, we can't even figure out what the SEC thinks is a security and what's not a security. How is it possible that it was obvious to Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson back in 2012? It's clearly not. The SEC made massive tactical errors when filing this lawsuit, and it's going to come back to bite them when XRP is the only cryptocurrency in the US market with definitive clarity because of one of the most poorly drafted lawsuits of all time.
So enjoy your day, everybody. I'm always here for you. Leave any comments or questions below, and be sure to subscribe. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your day, and I always have your back. So thanks so much, everybody.